Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming out here. It's midday money on a Wednesday. Welcome on into the show. July the 23rd. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. This afternoon, this evening, wherever you are in the world, what time it is, you're here. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. I need the thumbs up on you here. Leave a comment, YouTube channel, subscribe, notification bell on so you know each and every day midday money comes at you. Look ahead lines. I said the other day I was going to do a look ahead lines. Tomorrow, there's 5 baseball games. We'll call it a look ahead line show instead of a midday money show. So we'll do some football tomorrow. It'll be look ahead lines, third edition tomorrow. So you got that going on there. Again, notification bells on. Sean Higgs, Winners, Whiners, Picks, and Parlays, whatever channel you're watching. You can follow them all. All a little different. All do a little something different. Twitter, at Mr. Sean Higgs on the X. Come give me a follow. Plays are posted. Boom, just like that. 48.49. We're one follower away from 48.50 on the YouTubes. So there's that. You want to be part of that, follow on Twitter world. Let's get into it. I keep hitting that RBI. I got to move that RBI one down for now. All right. Yesterday, 1 and 2 with our Major League Baseball, 172 and 162 plus 1,070. Early action getting underway. Reds over the 8.5. Braves on the run line against Verlander, plus 130. Arizona and Diamondbacks with my guy P. Fatty the Baddie, minus 125. The Blue Jays and the over. Jays plus 120 versus Fried, over 8.5 in that matchup with Bissett on the hill. Ribby props 0-2, 75 and 132, plus 1120 on the year. Dodger action. I think they score a little bit here versus Mr. Paddock. Teoscar Hernandez plus 160 and Pajaz 170 himself. There you go. I know there's a lot of Ohtani love. Not for me. Not at minus 110 for an RBI. You don't go 50 games under 500 and pick up over a dime by betting minus 110s. So there is that. So 3 minutes in, you could leave if you want. That's fine. Hit the like button and then be on your way. Action House. Angels. Burke versus Minaya. Arizona. I'm with you. I've already put them up in the chat for you. Blue Jays as well. Indians with Saccone over the O's. Well, no, Eflin has been bad. Ozzy, yeah, that's it. Love the run for the hills. Ozzy Osbourne. People get old. You know you're getting old when your childhood people start dying. Fall back. What do you say, fella? There is me. There is them. There is those. Picks Parlays winner Runner Sean Higgs. Going to follow Michael B. He's happy. Giants won yesterday. Corey Jones, my guy. Corey Jones' first comment ever in the Midday Money Show 4 years ago, at least. Good to see Corey Jones popping in, seeing my guy. King D's in the house. Michael Day goes a so-so day. Fish and Padres under got there. Lost Brew Crew. My line was probably a loser, but I had to catch 5-0 with them. There you go. So let's talk about the Brew Crew last night. As I said, I ended up going 0-2. Yes, I had Toronto run line and Seattle run line. I mentioned them both in the show yesterday. That I haven't been on the Brewers. Why not take a 175 plus 175 as opposed to a plus 101 or minus 100, whatever it was for the Brewers. 1-0. I could have won. You could have won. It is what it is. Giants win a game. They did. Not today, though. King Digo's 1-1 with the Rays. Nerfy lost first 5 under 4.5. Yeah. Gary's in the house. Take a chance on Mini Haha today versus Glass now. Whiny Glass now. Big baby Glass now. Hey, listen, Dodgers are struggling right now. I was doing a sports grid last night, and they were talking about the Dodgers. I said, it's tough to pick a team out of the NL because the Dodgers are still – listen, they're struggling. They still have what? The most wins? Second most wins, 59 wins. And they are nowhere near a healthy squad. You think these guys are going to come back? They're going to get some reinforcements and they're going to make a trade? I mean, Glass now gets priced like he's Pete Kershaw. What are we doing here? 235. Actually, it's down to 220. 210s even. Yeah, buy some Minnesota. Here we go. Another one. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Drowned. Drowned in the ocean. Theo Huxtable. Like, we don't know who Malcolm Jamal Warner is, King D. Come on. Maybe some of the old cats, though. Like I just said, man, Ozzy, somebody mentioned Ozzy, Malcolm Jamal. He was younger, too. He was closer to my age than Ozzy's age. But, yeah, man, guys start dying you watch on TV as like a youth. You're like, oosh, or musicians. Mr. Weskers. I'm from Milwaukee area originally. I'm not sure what's shocking. They've stung for so long, and they still do. Again, I don't talk about a smoke and mirrors bunch. Like we could say like the Stros. And I knew the Astros would have decent pitching, right? I like Hunter Brown. Framber, I always have a Cy Young on. But then they lose a bunch of guys. And you knew the offense was going to struggle without Tucker. And then they use Yordy, and they're still winning. Where the Brew Crew have Frelick and Trio, a couple young guys, right? They got the catchers, an all-star. They got Yelich, the PED cat, Peralta, who I think is like a number 2, but he looks like he's an ace. Woodruff coming back from injuries still looks pretty good. And again, the Miz is 30 innings under his belt. So, so far, so good for him. But I don't know if I buy him. Weird. Mr. Whisker says it's a dog poop team. 8-0, and now they're going to the World Series. We've seen teams go on win streaks. I mean, Cleveland had just lost like 10 in a row, and now they've won like 8 in a row. So there's that. I mean, it's streaky. It's baseball. It's a long season. Like we says, I would not bet 10 cents on Verlander. Spent all the money coming in on the Bravos. This line has come down 15 cents, so we'll see. Yeah, it could just be, you win 9-0. All your guys click. I'm a Strider guy. Player prop king. Good to see player prop. We'll dole on him out tonight and get a chance to bet him. Yeah, early start. It's early. Early. Good to see player prop. Hopefully he comes in more as football approaches with some props for everybody. Because, listen, NFL props. I'll do my Ruby props. NFL props. I mean, really, that's like an entire show. And you could do that early because the props are up, right? Even the one guy from every game is still 15 games you got to go over. It's a difficult one. Mr. Weskers, you're only 35. Here we go. Like Mr. Weskers. Like the way you think, my friend. A's and Boston. I do like Boston here versus Luzardo. Luzardo's ERA has gone. He had a 194 ERA the second week of May. It's a 420 ERA because he's pitched to 550, 560, and 590 ERAs down the road. So I know Giolito's off a bad start. I'll still like Boston there. And the A's, what do we got? We got a Corbin sighting here. I don't know. I am not sure about going against Corbin. daughter. Unfortunately, we all got to go one day. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, man. You don't know. Stay right with God. Get right with God and stay away from parlays. I had to fill out my little death book I have. I have a whole death book. Sorry, it's your problem now because I'm dead. And I got to put the stuff in here. Important contacts. I'm not putting anybody in there. Who cares? Lawyer, tax guy is one thing. But I also got to fill that out for, like, my mom's stuff. Like, if I go before my mom goes, like, I just write in there for my wife. And listen, my mom still has all of her senses. But still, my son has to do it. Got to have it readily available. Good luck today, all. Stop Gio, my guy. Mr. Wester says, get the marker out. Cleveland Indians make the playoffs. The marker. Not even the pen. Mr. Weskers. Cleveland to make playoffs. What are the odds right now? What are the odds on that? Like my little book? Is your problem now because I'm dead? Comes in handy. All right, Reds over 8.5. We're into the second inning here. We're going top two. Soroka on the hill. Hopefully we get this one. Braves run line. Top of the first. Here we go. Strider to Devers. We'll see what happens in this one. Arizona minus 125 with my guy, Fatty. Then we have the Jays and the over against the Yanks. I could have, you know what? Coulda, woulda, shoulda add the Red Sox. Maybe I should have. But I did not. Ruby props on Teoscar and Pages. I could probably take the Jays money line. Maybe Boston. I'm really loving this card. I hate day games. Ton of work to do today. I like day games. I like the day games. Roop wasn't poop. Giants easy win. Didn't bet it, though. You scared me off. Hey, I scared you off. You're a Giant fan. Where's Mike B? Can you back me up here on why you would have bet the Giants? How are you taking teams on losing streaks like that? They've been losing. Hey, they've lost 6 in a row or whatever. Let's get them today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. 7 of 8. 7 of 8. The bullpen had been bad. Even money? I guess it would have been worth a shot. Come on, Rye, stop that. Over Dodgers, Minnesota seems good with Glasnow and Paddock. I would think so. Roop's having a really good season. He looks legit. I like Roop. I mean, you can't complain about the guy. Basically, 100 innings, 95 Ks. He's a strikeout inning guy. Hit an inning, not bad numbers. I mean, what are you going to do? He's going to go 6 innings every game? I think you'll be happy with that. My point being to Ryan was, how do you take him when not only do you lose 6 in a row, but even your bullpen, your great bullpen is getting exposed. That's what I was saying. I took the Phillies Cubs parlay instead, so I won. Well, there you go. And stop complaining, Ryan. All right. And enjoy the blue milk in Star Wars land, and go hit Tower of Terror for me. Cy Young free. Here's the thing with this. You really want to come in on the Yanks lane 140, and they're 140 on the road versus a team that's beat them. I mean, they won yesterday. So what's that? They knocked off that 5-game win streak or whatever for Toronto over them this season. With this blister, I don't want to bet on them. 1 on the road, 1 laying 140, and another one which were at 3, right? Because it was 1 road, 2 140, 3. I got a blister problem. I Is it real? Is it fake? Is he going 2 batters? Is he going 7 innings? Is he going 4 innings? Give me the Jays. It's just the Jays based out. Now, I didn't bet the Jays. I got them in here as a free pick. I did another free pick on them earlier today. If you want to take the Yankees run line plus 125, it's the same kind of thing. I think the Yankees run line is plus 125. Jays run. If you think Fried is healthy and the finger is not a problem, you take a Yankee run line. But you can go either way. I could have put both in here and people would have been complaining. But that's the way I see this going down. Yankee run line or Dodgers or the Jays win, right? The finger, I can't lay. It's his pitching hand. What are we doing? I can't be the Giants off 6 straight losses. Bad errors. They've just been playing well. Exactly. Finally lost. Yes, but again, I was having a nice run in July. Last 30 days, 65%. I think I was on, and I got greedy. And instead of just doing minus 120, I went for plus 175, plus 170, and I lost with Seattle. So I'm annoyed. We'll not be shocked if Giants win today. Whole world's going to fade Verlander. Lions come down, maybe Giants find a little momentum. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, Strider has been better, but he's still coming back from his injury. No runs in the Reds game so far. Going bottom 2 here. Can you best of luck tonight? Let's cash it. 31 days to football. Yeah. Or we could say 8 days to NFL next Thursday. JK's in the house. The Miz kid didn't make out 4th inning, but he's an all-star. Now, he threw 64 pitches. He had 7 strikeouts. I think they said he took a line drive or something off a leg. He might have got hit with a batted ball. I think that's why he was pulled out. That's, I think, why he's pulled out. And again, do I think the kid should have been all-star? No. Do I, people are going to say, well, Kershaw was. Kershaw, they send him out there because he's retiring and he's a Hall of Famer. And he's had his numbers aren't all that bad anyway for this year for Kershaw. But I think more the fact that from what I heard was he took a batted ball. So that was where that was. And again, they could say, well, Kershaw, at least, Kershaw is 4-1 with a 3 ERA, and he's a Hall of Famer. Miz has 25 innings. The Yanks are not letting the Canadian commies win 2 series in a row, he says. I think the Jays let one slip away yesterday. I know Scherzer's not been great. He's definitely not what he was. I mean, Kershaw's definitely having a better year than Scherzer and Verlander. They could have won that game. Miz was on the pitch count, so I came out and giving up 1 hit in K7. But, 64 pitches. And granted, he was in the All-Star game, so do they count that towards his pitch count? I thought, again, I could be wrong. I wasn't watching the game, but I thought that's what someone said, that he was hit by a batted ball. Verlander's had a better career than Kershaw. Why didn't he get an All-Star nod? Probably because he's brutal this year. And do you think he's had a better career than Kershaw? Now we got to compare them. Let's compare the numbers. Kershaw and Verlander. Let's go to the stats. Now, $216 wins, 95 losses for Kershaw. 262 wins, 155 losses for Verlander. Also, 100 more games. So in 100 games, he's got 50 wins and 60 losses. So you roll out of 500. Let's offset those, right? Because he's under 500 compared to Kershaw there. 3.34 ERA to a 2.52 ERA. Kershaw has a 2.52 ERA. 3.34 for Verlander. 26 complete games, 9 shutouts. 25 complete games, 15 shutouts. I mean, obviously 700. What's that? 2,835. So that's what? 700 more innings in 100 games. That's 7 innings. Strikeouts again. Verlander with the strikeouts 2,900 to 2,200. Again, 700 more innings. Can we get, we added 700 strikeouts on this guy, strikeout an inning, which he has done. Oh, I was looking at the wrong strikeouts. That was hits. Excuse me. Those were hits. 3,483 strikeouts and 3,495 for Verlander. 3,000 strikeouts at 27. So, I mean, if he had 700 more innings, he'd have more strikeouts than Verlander. Kershaw better. Yeah, I bet the Chargers already. Come on, King D. I've been talking about the Chargers. We already did the Chargers. Took the Chargers plus 1.5. Hopefully Verlander finally gets a win. Well, we'll see what happens. Michael B says, Ryan Page, I'll be happy with the Giants win. 2 on, 2 out, top of the first, but Diaz will probably strike out here. We'll see what happens. Bases loaded. You guys might be ahead of me because the comments, and I was looking at the Verlander Kershaw numbers. Just win Giants. Here we go. Let's compare playoff stats between Verlander and Kershaw. Here we go. The homerism comes out to these guys. I bet Bumgarner's better than Kershaw too, right? Don't you gotta go do a deposition or something, Mike? This is nonsense. I'm taking Kershaw over Verlander. Reds over 8.5, not looking good. Braves, run line plus 130. In trouble in the first inning. Arizona, minus 125. Jays in the over. Ruby props on Teoscar and Pages. You love Verlander. You love Verlander. You can't hide it. You can't hide your Verlander love as a Giant fan. Gas station sushi. When you're handicapping pricing in baseball games and posting plays, could you include your acceptable odds? Well, have they changed much since I posted these? I mean, he says that's a lot of work. I mean, what? The odds are posted here. What are we doing here? I mean, the over is what? Minus 110. It's not like I'm at 115. It's not like these are like minus 150s. Teoscar's plus 160. I mean, the odds are posted, except they didn't post the totals because I usually keep them at usually 110. Unless I see them at 115, 120, I'll adjust for that. But if it's 113, I'll move it to 115 just to keep it even on zeros and fives. I mean, yeah, this is, that's what I'm trying to figure this out because I do post the odds. I mean, they're posted. Hi, minus 125, plus 130. I mean, 150. I mean, that's kind of high. Like maybe 145. He says, one season with Giants for Verlander was legendary. Giants retired his jersey at the end of the year for sure. Oh, Verlander. I want to see what Sushi has to say here. Because the lines are posted, so maybe I'm confused. Michael B, have a good one. I guess that's pretty much all matters comparing what your price of game is compared to the. Oh, okay. So that's different. You're asking like so if I get a football game I'm taking a team +3 and I have them at even, I have them at a pick 'em is what you're saying. So it's what do I have the game priced at, like compared to what the line is? That I don't really do odds for like baseball like that. Like if I'm taking a team in MLB and I bring up the Blue Jays here today. Now this is just a free pick here in the show, right? So I said +120, I'll take them there. But he also said, listen, if you like the Yankees, I can make an argument for why you want to take -125 or +125 on the run line. Like I took Seattle last night. I said, you know what? If the run line loses Seattle, so be it. I'll take a loss because I know on the line of betting baseball for the year, I'll win that one down the road, and it'll be a +170, 175 in my pocket, and I'm just losing 800. So it's not like I'll come up with like for tomorrow's baseball, like, hey, we have the Charlie Morton versus Allen tomorrow's pitching. That line should be X. I'm not going to look at it that way. I'm going to see what because obviously Cleveland's been hot, right? They've won 8 of 10. They're playing well. Obviously, you're leaning towards Cleveland off the bat. But I said, even last week here with Charlie Morton, I said, well, Charlie Morton might be worth a shot because he's been pitching well. So that would get a little mark next to it. And then I'd see where the line comes up because I can make a play on either. Am I going to play that game tomorrow? Probably not. Tigers and Blue Jays. I don't even know who's pitching, but if anything's under, I want to say 140 for the Tigers. Again, I have no idea who's pitching. Could be Montero, could be Skubal. And that'll change the thing if it's Skubal. Jays coming off a Yankee series. I don't really care what the odds are. I don't want to bet the Blue Jays in that spot. Darvish and the Cards tomorrow. Cards are coming out of Colorado. Beat up. Padres playing a day game today. Getting out of Miami. A little better position spot-wise. The odds to me, I don't really worry about them because one, I know I'm never going to lay a huge number, so it doesn't make a difference what I have it at. Right? Those games are just crossed off for me unless I can get a run line under a 120, But pricing baseball, that stuff is different than football stuff. For me, what I have in odds at and what the books have, that it's going to be minimal, right? I mean, if I have a team at -130 and the books are at 150, I mean, or vice versa, I don't worry about that. Baseball, streaks, and recent play for me. The odds, they're automatic crossouts. Guessing, you know that. I'm not doing heavy numbers. JK, when the Dodgers get out of their slump, might be a good time to get on the run lines. Yeah, they're struggling a little bit. Whole team's struggling, but yet they still have 59 wins. Team Money's in the house, my guy. Good to see Team Money. Yeah, I hopefully I explained it, or at least how I kind of do it. In baseball, people do baseball different. You got people who just take all the huge faves. They don't care about laying it. They're going to win. Me, I'll leave those out on the street. I'm not going to play them. Took Germany's women's soccer to make the final +310. I like some of the Pirates to smack the heck out of the ball today. So you like some pirate action against Detroit? I had the under yesterday there. Did not go well. We lost that under and won the Cleveland over. DC Capper, welcome. Yeah, Hall of Fame game. Give me the Chargers there. Cleveland was 156 today. Was 156, but I was willing to pay the juice because I felt confident team. I didn't like the juice, but I did it. Yeah. For me, when it gets that high, again, I'm not going to put those out on the sites. Number one, that's just wrong. Like, if someone's going to pay for my pick, it's going to be it'll be the Brave run line. It'll be plus money. If I'm taking a favor like that, it'll be plus 125. It'll be a minus 130 or 120 or stuff like that. Now, when I see these in my own life, I'm like, all right, do I mix it up? Do I do a first five, do a run line, or a couple of these things? I say, all right, you know what? I'll do the cheesy plus 115 parlay with a big fave. Occasionally I do that. I try not to. A lot of times I just avoid them for good, bad, or indifferent. My guy, Inspirational Siegel. Good to see you. Pirates for a sweep. Detroit seems like they're losing steam. Yeah, again, they had a great first half. Kind of limped in. Maybe a little tired arm syndrome, reading their own press clippings and feeling good about themselves. I can see them getting swept. I will not be shocked here. Hi, we saw the Brewers win 11 in a row. We saw Cleveland lose 10 in a row, then come back and win 8 in a row. We see the Dodgers on a 2-15 run, right? I mean, you see teams streak. It's 162 games. Did I miss the Brew Crew run? I did. Was I on other runs this season? Yes, kind of road teams. I mean, you had the Blue Jays were on a 17-4 run, now 17-5. They've been hot. That's you gotta account for that. That's why I say once the team gets to 3-4 wins or losses, start hopping on them. Sushi says, Mr. Pricing is subjective. I get that, but process of comparison of your pricing we're spending on seems unavoidable. Yeah. No, I agreed. I think it's just more, for me, that kind of stuff are the odds more for football. And obviously, like maybe, I do college hoops more than NBA, so that's what college hoops is in basketball. I'll say, okay, I think this team is this number. But even that, for college hoops, let's be honest, and these books pull them right out of the KenPom kind of stuff. But, those edges are few and far between. You just have to kind of dig a little bit deeper. And baseball, again, it's there's just something I just cross right out. We do it intuitively. It would just be extra work for Higgs. I think it's kind of implied when he posts, but I see what you mean. Yeah, exactly with that. Like, you see what I post. There's never big faves, and I say it all the time. Like, oh, it's a 220. I'm not really looking at those games as a money line. Siegel likes a Pitt over 3.5 team total. I'll agree with this. I mean, Detroit's struggling right now. Yes. Mr. Hill's in the house. Rangers run line with Corbin on the hill. Phillies money line and the under. Under, yes, in the Phillies, but I can't get to lay a number with Luzardo. He has been bad. He's been bad. Not just in July, in June, and all of May. From a 1.94 or 1.74 ERA, whatever he had after his first start in May, he's got a 4.30 ERA now because he's pitching to a 5.50, 5.70 ERA the last 3 months. And Giolito's off a bad start. I know Boston's not playing well. I can't do a money line with the Phillies. Under for sure. The Phillies have been an under team all year long. Sushi says, I guess it's just assumed that betting and investing in any game is to make bets where you have a better chance to win than the odds. Oh, of course, yes. No, I don't guess it's you've watched me long enough. I'm not coming in here and rolling mathematics into things here, right? I'm That's not how I do things. I'm a better. I'm a gambler. What am I on? 20, 25, 30, 5 years. You know, there's things I do, things I like, things I don't like. I'm not a straight numbers guy. Like, well, the spread is this when it comes to football more. Baseball, I'm stubborn. I know guys. Well, I got them at 240. The line is minus 185. I'll lay to 185 because I think they're favored at 240. Or it's who cares? That's at minus 280. I got them favored at 345. I'm unloading. That's fine for my own life. If I like a favorite, let's say I never bet favorites, but to come in here on a free pick video or on a site where people pay me $34, for a 3-pack that I get, $5 on. Am I really going to give out those kind of games? No. Listen, personal life is one thing. Do I bet a favorite here and there? Yeah, I'll grab a favorite. Am I putting out here as a free pick for people who are new bettors or learning betting or want to be bettors and do this? Never. Not on the sites that people pay for, not on a free pick. That's me. Do guys do it? Yeah, 100% people do that. I do not do that. There are plenty of videos. A lot of guys smarter than me. You want to get into algorithms and all type of deep dive number. That's not me. Not my show. At the salt mine, so I can't comment much. At the salt mine, they just do NFL offseason moves breakdown. Offseason moves. I don't know what the offseason moves are. We have offseason moves. I'm gonna do a little football tomorrow. Look headlines. T-Wayne says the chat act like they haven't watched baseball before. Like you said, as I'm typing, it's a 1,000,000-game season. Yeah, and it's streaky baseball. Again, with the odds though, I can't. This is I have 50 people watching. I'd have 4 watching if I told you to come in here and I say, we're taking the Braves minus 220 today. We're taking the Yanks minus 180. We're doing Dodgers minus 245. We're doing the Phillies today. Really? I can't do that. Shocked he didn't take a chance to fade the team he hates the most, the Dodgers. I missed the boat. I missed fading the Dodgers. Although I think I was on Cleveland a little bit during their streak. I missed it. Missed the Brew Crew. It happens. Because if I'm not on it from sort of the beginning, 4 or 5 games in, is it going to go 5? It might go 10. I feel like I am trying to catch the proverbial falling knife. All right? Like, team was struggling. I missed. Oh, man, they lost 3 in a row. I missed the 3 in a row. I come in and late, I feel I'm hurting myself. So I have to just avoid it. Now, in this case, avoiding a Brew Crew win streak. But again, Toronto 17-5 run. Probably could have made some money on that. 21-8 run or whatever it was for Milwaukee. The Dodgers on their terrible streak. Yeah, I definitely missed some things. It happens. But if I missed the first lot of those, 3, 4, 5, I'm not really going to be trying to jump in all that much. I jump in on a loser. Yeah, they're 5-1. I'm 0-1. Rook to Crook for a walk against Corbin. Plus 145. Yeah, Rooker, go for it. Corbin will walk somebody, right? Guy says, should have had Rooker for a walk Sunday, but he swings a wild pitch for ball 4 and struck out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Swung at a wild pitch Mesquer says, to me, the best gamblers in cards and sports have the sixth sense, but that spooky intuition. You have to have a little bit. I mean, it's just from seeing stuff, right? Just from living it. Does it always work? No. But that's why I say, all right, I'm going to go Toronto on a run line yesterday, or Seattle run line. If it loses, I'm not losing sleep. I'm not going to not be able to eat tomorrow, because I know when you pile up games like that, whether it breaks even or a couple games under 500, I will make money because it's plus money. People don't understand that. They're 1 day in, 1 day out attackers. T-Mike says, now one better in the world, rich off betting minus 160s or greater. So I told you a million times, anything outside 140, 150 is not happening. Yeah, I don't do those. Again, if you're going to lay those kind of big numbers, man, are there people, maybe with huge bankrolls to do that kind of stuff? And I mean, I don't know cats like that who just bet 160s all the time or higher. Are there guys that do? Listen, not that I don't know guys that don't do it. They do it. Player additions, who you liked and didn't like on the move. I have no idea who's gone anywhere, Gio. I allow. It's kind of like buying a little football preview magazine, the college basketball preview magazine. That is a whole lot of work. Teams pick up guys they want. You never know why a team gets a guy, another team doesn't get a guy. They have their systems, their coaching techniques, stuff like that, their schemes, what kind of defenses they play. I'll look at the odds for their division, obviously point spread, stuff like that. Player movement stuff, I don't care about that. You know, a team grabs a guy, they like him. He fits what they do. Other team passes on him, you're like, oh, this guy's good. It doesn't fit what they're doing, though. You know, doesn't fit what they're doing. So I wouldn't have a show like that. One, I don't know half these cats anyway. My shows will strictly be on the lines. Mariners again. I can do Mariners again. Liked them yesterday, Ninja. Might not like them today. You know, you had a good run with Milwaukee. You know, your win streak's broken. Sometimes you lose a game or two. Rooker over home runs. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. No thanks. Tigers giving up home runs already. McCutchen just went deep. 1-0 Pirates. Someone's got the over 3.5. T-Money is a lunatic. Why? Because he bets German women's soccer? I think we're talking about the same thing. Sharp cappers are more accurate pricing on bets than others. So, yeah, no fighting here. There's no fighting in the thing. Yeah, no, listen, as we were saying it, when I first saw it, and I think when Miss Wisher said, well, you know, I put the odds in the chat, you were asking more in depth, like, am I putting out 120 because I have them at 145 was your concept. Now, again, back to the Toronto game, that was more based on, Yanks minus 140, no thank you. And I got a pitcher with a blister on his hand. So I thought as a free play. I didn't bet the game. No. Personally, can I take a plus 120 and then do a Yankee run line and think, all right, you know what? I'm going to make money here. It'll be a winning day. One of the two is going to happen. I just don't dive crazy into the shows. You know. I'm not a teacher. I can't explain things like that. What do I say? You know, my simple teach. You want to go 4-1? Put in a 5-team parlay. Healthy discussion. Masushi, you're out in Vegas, right? You definitely got to meet up on him out there for the week. Reds over 8.5 looks like a loser. We got a guy on second in the fourth inning. 8.5, not looking good. Giants get out of the inning, bases loaded. Braves run line plus 130 in jeopardy in the second inning. The old woe is me early. Arizona minus 125 would be fatty here. Again, this is just Arizona at home, hitting the ball. We'll roll out a little play here on B fatty. You know I love the fatty. Blue Jays, the 120. I've talked about this multiple times. Over 8.5. Obviously, I think we'll see runs in this game. Ruby props. Dodgers, I'm looking for him to get a little bit off of Paddock here. Teoscar, although he has struggled lately, but 160, I think guys will be on base. And Pages has been a nice little guy for us this year. I almost added Edelman, too. You know, a little Edmund accident almost came out. But actually, Will Smith was not listed. I looked for Will Smith on the site for I tried to look at DK and FanDuel because that's what most people use here as opposed to offshores, but he was not posted. But there you go. Tomorrow, we'll call it a look-ahead line show. There will be, I guess we'll talk some baseball, but it'll be a football show. It's not going to be it won't be at noon, or maybe I'll do a little look-ahead line. Excuse me. We'll do a midday money early because there's the one game. There's 5 games. I'll come in just do a baseball show, maybe a little earlier than normal, or it'll be at noon, but for 10 minutes with just those games. And then I'll come back later in the day, or perhaps the evening, for a look headline show, NFL Week 1s, and then we'll probably we'll talk a little bit about preseason football. How I attack that. Obviously that's more of coaches kind of. I don't want to give it all away on the show today, but we'll talk that. Maybe I'll have a guest. Maybe I'll see if I get some other capper to come on or something. We'll see. I'll put the link right in the chat. See who wants to come in. But there you go. Happy Wednesday to you all. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Bye-bye.